Welcome back. Today we're diving into charming DIY primitive decor. Think rusty touches, antique cozy vibes, and all things rustic. Welcome to the Chic Show. Let's give some new life to an old metal rooster candle holder that I found at the thrift store. First, I cleaned off the rooster to remove any dust or wax residue, and then I went in with a coat of cast iron paint by Fusion. This gives us a bold base to build that beautiful patina on. I then went in randomly with this sponge brush just to dab on any paint to get rid of any brush strokes. I had made previously a decorative embellishment using an IOD mold and resin. I put it on a piece of tape to hold it in place while I paint it with Dixie Belle patina paint and iron. Next, I applied a layer of the patina paint to the metal rooster. This is where the patina will shine through later. I dabbed it on in patches using a small brush for a more natural aged effect. The key is to apply one coat and let it dry, and then add a second coat. Before the second coat dries, I sprayed it with Dixie Belle patina spray in green, and within minutes the magic starts happening. To add some other patinas, I also went in with Waverly chalk paint in agave, dabbing around in random places. Here's where you can really see where that rust is starting to take effect. Once everything was dry, I used my finger to apply some antique gold rub and buff, and then I used fix-all glue and painter's tape to attach my mold to the candle holder and let it sit overnight. The next day, that thrifted rooster looks like a primitive decor piece taken straight from Grandma's farmhouse.
Crazy on the weekends, dancing in her red dress, and I love the way she looks in my eyes, and I'm feeling like midnight's getting closer, and I just wanna hold her.
Now I'm going to transform a basic Dollar General mailbox into a high-end vintage style piece using patina paint. To give this mailbox some French country detail, I used the Leonidas mold from Iron Orchids Designs with resin and glued it on with a combination of fix-all adhesive and Tight Bond Quick and Thick. I also used the little scrolls that were with the mold as well, and I glued those on with the same glue and used painter's tape to keep everything in place while it dried. The next day, I removed the painter's tape, and this project was ready for the next step. I started with a coat of flat black spray paint as my base, and once dry, I brushed on some teal paint to give another layer of patina. You could also achieve this with some of the other patina sprays as well. Next, I brushed on DIY's liquid patina iron paint in random uneven patches, starting with all of the detailed areas, and then I let it dry completely. This gives our patina something to react with. Immediately after adding the second coat of patina paint, I sprayed it with the green patina solution. I used my chip brush just to brush that patina spray around just to make it a little more even in places. I also mixed together my own solution of patina spray. It's salt and vinegar, and I put a little bit of yellow paint in there so that I would get kind of a different color. Once the patina spray had done its job and everything was dry, I dabbed on some gold rub and buff to blend into the finish. Once that was done, I sealed the whole thing with a matte clear spray to protect that vintage look. And here it is, our Dollar General mailbox, now a rustic vintage beauty.
Crazy on the weekends, dancing in her red dress, and I love the way she looks in my eyes. And I'm feeling like midnight's getting closer, and I just wanna hold her in my arms till the sun comes up.
Are you ready for more rusty goodness? This basic metal wall decor piece from Dollar Tree will get a rustic primitive look. Took it outside and spritzed it with some flat black spray paint, but I did not cover the whole thing. I wanted it to have more of a galvanized look. Now I'm using some of IOD's stamps from the Mercantile collection and a piece of burlap that I have cut to fit just smaller than the metal sign. And I'm going to be able to fit the stamp on there, just the dry goods part, not the company. I used permanent ink and pressed firmly to get a clear impression on the rough texture. And next I added the cow stamp. So this little sign was pretty basic, and I spray painted the back solid black and then just spritzed the front with a little bit of that black spray paint. Once again, I'm using that patina paint in iron and brushing it on. We'll let it dry, brush on another wet coat, and then spray it with my liquid patina spray. Set this aside to dry for several hours. Now it's time to add some cozy farmhouse texture with that stamped burlap. Hot glue is perfectly fine to glue this on with. You just want to be sure and not burn your fingers as it comes through those little spaces pretty easily. I'll add a hanger using some rusty wire. Decided my hanger was a little too long, so I just shortened it by twisting it in the center to create just a different shape and look. And here it is, our rustic Dollar Tree wall decor makeover. The mix of rusty metal, soft burlap, and vintage stamps gives this piece a high-end farmhouse feel for just a few dollars. Are you ready for more rusty goodness? For this project, I'm using Iron Orchid Designs Chanticleer mold. It features a gorgeous detailed rooster that's perfect for a vintage farmhouse look. Dusted the mold with cornstarch for easy release, pressed in my air-dried clay, and gently removed the rooster. Once I removed it from the mold, I reshaped it gently with my fingers. Here's the wall decor piece that I'm going to be gluing this rooster to. So I'm placing it onto the metal sign, and then I will use some Gorilla Glue construction adhesive. I carefully placed the rooster onto the metal sign and then let it dry overnight. The next day, I came in with some black chalk paint, and I used a chip brush to paint over the rooster, trying to get into all of those nooks and crannies. I didn't want brush strokes, and I didn't know if spray paint would be the best choice for this, so I chose a chip brush. Once I had the black paint down, I went back with that same patina paint and went through the same process as our previous ones. Now, I did want this rusty rooster to be very rusty, so I coated the entire rooster, and then I added some of the patina to the metal sign as well. Look at how this patina paint turned that clay rooster into a rusty metal rooster. I wanted to highlight all of the rooster's features, so I dry brushed with some gold rub and buff. And here is a final look at our vintage-inspired French country wall piece. That rusty patina and the texture from the Chanticleer mold make it look like a flea market treasure. If you enjoyed these rustic primitive home decor inspirations, be sure to like, subscribe, and come back for more cozy creative ideas. And don't forget to check out this video right here. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to share the chic. Bye now.